Hey everybody. So I want to encourage you to start believing who people show themselves to be to you. Let me expand on this. I think that as humans, we have a tendency to look for the good in people. We look to their positive traits and say, oh wow, that person is really talented. They're really good with mechanical things, carpentry things, electrical things, plumbing things, what have you. Like they have a know-how for that. Like I really appreciate them being in my life. So we will look at the positive of someone, and when their negative behavior shows up, and it will at some point, we then see their lateness and we say, I really don't like that they're late and they're disrespecting my time. But, they really do good work. I got to give them credit. They do good work at a really reasonable price. So at that point, we start to minimize their failures. We minimize the negative character traits. And we might overlook them because we think the positive traits are more beneficial because we're getting this work done at a discount price. That's very reasonable compared to other, professionals. We appreciate that this particular person has all these different skills, and we like that, they'll allow us to be with them side by side to learn these skills, where sometimes professionals, like, they're like, I need to work by myself independently. I don't want you hovering over me. And meanwhile, I just wanted to learn something new, right? So it just depends on the situation and what arrangement you've made. So you look at the positives. But then, when a person's on a job and you're hiring that person for a certain task, you're in an agreement with that person. You're in agreement that they're going to come at a certain time. You're in an agreement that they're going to do a specific task or tasks, and they're going to complete it for a specific price. You're going to give them the money for completing the project. They're going to give you the completed project. So that's the basic understanding, right? We all hope that that's how this is going to end up. But it doesn't usually happen that way, which has been my experience with contractors in general. And it just seems that many contractors have issues with alcoholism, drug addiction, narcissism, lying, miscalculating deadlines, all of those things. And so, again, you're hopeful that you're going to get your project done. You're hopeful that, this person's going to show up and you're going to actually be able to complete the project. But they don't show up. So you call them and they answer the phone and they sound like they just woke up, and it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're like, you're supposed to be here at 10. Oh, yeah, my stomach hurts. Yeah, can I just come tomorrow? And, it's like, you don't want somebody that's feeling miserable. You're not trying to take advantage of someone. And really, if their stomach is upset, because maybe they had food poisoning, maybe, more realistically, they drank themselves the night before, which is really probably what happened. But you say, no problem. What time can you be here tomorrow? Oh, definitely, I'll be there tomorrow at 10. And so you give them the leash to hang themselves on. And the thing is, do they show up the next day at the time that they said they were going to show up at 10 o'clock in the morning? And the answer is no, they don't. And I thought, well, today I'm not going to call them. I'm not going to follow up on them. I'm not going to be the one chasing them down. I'm just going to see when they actually do get up, when they actually do call. And I'm just going to reset my day. I'm going to choose different priorities for the day because they didn't show up at 10. So I'm on to something else. Okay. Am I disappointed? Yes, I'm disappointed. Did my project get finished today? No, it didn't. But this is how people are. There's a lot of people out there that don't understand integrity. They don't know how to keep their word, and they make excuses for things because they don't know how to say no. They don't know how to say that's not going to work for me today, or we need to reschedule. It's all about the communication. But nonetheless, it is now, I don't know, I can't even see the time on my phone right now, but it's a lot farther away from 10 a.m. It's, early afternoon here, probably like 2:30 or 3 or something. And I still have not heard from this contractor. So what I'm getting at is, at some point, you can look at the positives of a person. You can look at the variables of their work when they're actually there. And you can say, wow, this person is really talented. And this person really, does great work, But if that person is not able to show up to do the work, at some point you're going to look at your project, which is still unfinished, and you're going to say, this guy is costing me money. This guy, as good as his work is, I'm kind of getting tired of this. This is getting old. And so essentially that's where I'm at today. And I'm here to just share with you that sometimes, we need to see somebody fail at that level. Like, we need to see somebody, mess up before we're ready to be like, hey, I waited for you, and you didn't show up. And that's kind of unacceptable. And I really would like to move forward with my project, but you're kind of holding me up, and, like I'm choosing somebody else. And that's where I'm at. And such is life. So we can get disappointed, and sometimes we have to let it play out to see if somebody really is going to keep their word, if they're really going to do what they say they're going to do. And when they don't, we are left with making another decision. Are we going to give it another chance, which is what I did already? Or are we going to just say, I'm going to cut my losses. It's been nice working with you, but I need to really complete this project, and you're costing me time and money. So, boundaries, integrity, get some, share some. Have a good one.